Welcome back to the Tiger Hanger. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with another week of news within the weekly news and review for September 8th of 2019. This has been a big week. There's been a lot going on. A release that was major. There have been some more developments in things we've already known, and more developments coming along. But I want to start with talking about fans' toys. And not just the one release, and not just the colored image of Dune Rider, their Beachcomber, but also I want to talk about, well, everything that they've got coming out. So, real quick, let's run through this. Now, this Beachcomber looks good. I like the design. I like a lot about it. It's very clean. It looks like I think they're going to usher in a new era of simpler transformations. Their mini bots will start that. I hope. Now I'm optimistic, of course. But I want to say the colors are a bit off. Now, it might be just me because I looked at my X-Transbots one for so long. I think X-Transbots nailed this figure, and Fans Toys is taking it one step above, a notch further. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like companies build off each other all the time. And I really think in every one of these segments, I'm going to tell you there's a video coming talking more about this. But I think that Fans Toys and X-Transbots have a huge rivalry. And I see more evidence of that every single day. In fact, it's even further every day. And I've already made a quick video about it, and I didn't like the points. I need more research, so I'm going to continue that. Moving on to more pictures of this guy. He looks good in alt mode. You get like some pictures here of an alternate hood. Don't know where those pieces go in bot mode. The transformation is clean. They look good in both modes, you know. I want to talk real quick. The Beachcomber is 5.5 inches tall. The Warpath is 6.3 inches tall. Both have lots of die cast in them. And when we get to pricing, I really want to... I'm pointing the sizes out now, because I'm going to get into pricing, and that's our next discussion because it's really important. Real quick in pricing, I want to point out this is TF Source, and they are usually the highest, but when I say they're the highest, they match up almost identical to all the US retailers or importers, so it's not a big deal. Looking at the top left where you have your Brawn, Fans Toys Brawn is going to be $87.99. Fans Toys Sheridan, which is their Warpath, is going to be $89.99. So Spindrift was $55. These things are now $90. I feared that, but when you look at the size, Warpath is this bigger, a little bit bigger than the Takara Carbots. And then Brawn is like right in scale with all the other Minibots, so it works out fine. But pricing, 90 is okay for Sheridan. I think that Brawn is overpriced, in my opinion. But still, for what you're going to get, the quality-wise, I'm not going to fight that price. That's great. You look at Spoiler and Jabber, and I got to tell you, Spoiler and Jabber, those two figures are actually a steal for the price that they are, because they're going to be great quality. I know that Jabber has the Unique Toys fighting it, and it's only you can get that for like $90, so that's a challenge. But when you look at Spoiler almost as big as Starscream, a Seeker, for 105, that's not bad. And the quality that I believe that quality is gonna be way up there. Looking down lower, you got Outrider and Berserker coming on pre-order, and Berserker's 145, Outrider 100. Not bad pricing for those figures, and I'm sure they're gonna kill it. And I really feel like anything on pre-order at TF Source is gonna be out within 1 year. Note at the bottom real quick all of the out of stock items, and I really think the Fans Toys Hydra did some sort of a number where they held back a few thousand, 2,000 or something, and they just put them back out later. That's why we have some sold outs and we have some more in stock, because I remember seeing a second wave coming as a pre-order, but I can't validate that. I don't have a picture, so I can't prove anything. And then of course you have some stuff that doesn't really sell, like Dracula. Like, why is that thing not selling? If Lupus was up here right now, everybody would buy it for $150 for no problem at all, right? So here shows the I've done already some videos talking about these third parties. So if you search Tiberium Hanger TF Source, Tiberium Hanger Show Z, you'll find me talking about these pluses and minuses, the good and the bad of these vendors. Now, I'm a partner with Show Z, and with that, I still have talked about the good and the bad of Show Z. But the best thing about Show Z is the price. So we're looking up here at their Sheridan is $10 cheaper than TF Source, and then their Brawn, which is their Hunk, is $10 cheaper. You got $5 cheaper on Blitzwing, and they also have more pre-orders up. Now, I personally believe that Show Z and TF Direct and those further over there have more insight into what's going on, and I'm trying to get more information from. I get a little bit of like spoon-fed information once in a while. I'm trying to get more direct information. I can't seem to get it as quick as I'd like from these guys, but they still give me some information, and I love that about them. So as soon as I get it, I tell you guys. But I want to also point out that these guys, Show Z, sells out fast because their prices are on average $10 to $30 cheaper. I don't know why Blitzwing is pretty high priced for them. They usually have it cheaper, but if you do the deposit of $2 for Blitzwing, and then you're gonna get that match, so you're only gonna owe like $36 in the end when it comes in. But that's how they do things. But yeah, they sold out on a Minosaur figure, on their Goose, on their Motormaster, on their Jabber. So next up, I want to talk about MP44. It came out. Yes, it came out. It looks good. It looks great. I love my copy. But guess what? A lot of people don't. There's a lot of haters out there hating on this thing. And I'm going to make a video talking about MP44, some pluses, minuses, issues, and stuff. So please put in the comments below if you got this guy and you had a problem with it. Let me know. If you got this guy and let's say you had like a knee problem, let me know. If you got this guy and you got a paint chip, let me know. There are some problems with some of these, and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I really feel like the first 500 that got produced had problems. They made fixes and went on, but still put those 500 out hoping people will be happy with them. I don't know. I also have 37 clips that I used to make my MP44 video, and when I watched it again, once I put it up, I found that a handful of those clips never made it in, so they'll be in this other MP44 video, a little reel of some fun stuff that I did with MP44. And I also would like to know if your favorite pose. Also, I want to point out that I have a poll going, and the first thing I want to say is thanks to all the people, the 300 plus people that have voted to help me gather information for this video. And it's important to me when I make this video. I actually created this poll in a certain way, and it is a gigantic surprise to see what I see in this poll. I'm actually really excited. Thanks, and I would love to get as many people to vote on this thing as possible. I'll try to link the poll down below. Somehow 300 people found it. It's my first poll ever. It's been a lot of fun. If you have that, but I think this thing is awesome, but I still don't think it's 450 awesome, by the way. Next up, I really want to talk about, we know the next MP release is October 1st through October 4th. So that's the time frame Amazon Japan has given us to receive Bumblebee. And I've got that coming. I'm going to review it and compare it to MP21 and other mini-bots and all the great stuff. But if you don't know, that's on its way. If you have it pre-ordered and you don't know how long it's going to be, well, that's only about 3 weeks away. Next up, Autobot Spike. Yes, I got a incoming notice that he's coming into Show Z, and I don't really know where else you can buy this guy from Blue Lobster. Show Z also gave me a picture of the box. I'll show you in a second. This is his Running Man pose. Here's a picture of his box. looks good. Autobot X Frank from Blue Lobster. Looks good. Doesn't transform though. You need to know that up front before I do my review. I know it doesn't transform, and I really don't care. So A3, I think it's called A3 Toys in cooperation with Hasbro and Takara, whatever. We've got the Blitzwing, which is like a... Okay, so this thing is a cross between Blitzwing and Starscream. We all know that. It looks awesome. And I was like, you know what? Shows he's got it now. And I want it, because they always have the best price. The thing costs $250. Holy cannoli. It doesn't transform. Why does the stuff that doesn't transform cost way more than the stuff that really requires the engineering and the design? And I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm out on it. It looks awesome. But I was going to buy it for like $120 or something. But $250 is twice what I thought it would cost. So I don't know. It's a head scratcher on this one. Next up, I want to tell you, if you don't have your Fans Toys reflector and you want something that's pretty dang close, it's even taller and bigger. I have these in hand and I'm messing with them right now. I'm getting ready to do a video review of the reissue of the KFC's Opticlones reflector. And so far, what I've handled with them, I like them. And I don't think this reissue is going to be around very long. I think people are going to snatch them up because they don't want to pay $500 or $600 for the Fans Toys on secondary market. For $130, you can get these from Show Z or, well, whatever your favorite retailer is. But I didn't have to pay $130 because I have the premium with them. And I always have like $10 credit every time I order something. So it comes to like $120 for me. It's a steal, in my opinion. Next up, we're going to talk about Zeta Toys Unicron, and this picture here is a fan Photoshop colored. I really don't know how people do this. It's amazing. Looks beautiful the way this is colored through Photoshop. There's a video out talking about showing the difference in the transformation and all that. I'm going to show you another picture as another angle with the colored, and Illusory Monk colored this. Good job, dude. I love your work. But I like this, the way this guy looks, but you need to understand this is only 18 inches tall. And there's some pictures out there showing what 18 inches tall does, and it's smaller than any of the bots. Their combiners are bigger than Unicron, and that is a problem. They're not much bigger, but it is a problem. I pre-ordered this guy on the assumption it's going to be around $200. Now, it might be a little more. We'll find out, but I really wanted to pre-order it. And I gotta say, I'll probably just put a couple of blocks of wood under him to elevate him above these guys. And look at this thing for, what, 2 years? Year and a half till I get my real one, my HasLab. Now, I haven't done a HasLab update in a while, and if you want me to, if I get 10 votes for another HasLab update, I'll do it, because there is some stuff going on, but not much. I mean, they've extended it to October 6th, and I really feel like it's a back burner item at this current point in time, so why make a video? I've got so much else going on that I need to make videos of. But I want to say that with the Zeta coming out, and with them extending it, and with the other options, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of feedback given to me that maybe I should make a video to give you that feedback back out so that you can agree or disagree, I guess. Now, I'm not sure on the release date because it doesn't give me an exact release date, but I really have been looking at some Beast Wars stuff, and yes, I'm G1. Yes, Beast Wars, I like the show but not the toys, but I'm liking what third party's doing, and I don't have any third party Beast Wars, and I have the majority of the official, so I figured I'd get this Zhang version of the Megatron Dragon, which was my favorite Beast Wars figure of all time that came out. And I had mine. I sold it off to pay for more Masterpiece stuff. But I appreciate the Masterpiece version of Beast Wars more than the vintage stuff or the original stuff. So this thing's coming out. I pre-ordered it through ShowZ before they ran out because they're awesome and they're always the cheapest. So it's a pretty good looking bot, around 220, I think. But that's a big hefty price, by the way. And I wouldn't pay that for the official Takara, which is kind of a discussion I might have in a future video. Next up, I want to talk about Siege. I want to transition into Siege. And yeah, Siege. I was excited about this figure. And I see this picture here. And I'm not excited about it. Last week, I made a comment that the Siege one looks smaller than all third-party options. And I was bashed for making that comment. But here we are with proof, undeniable proof. This thing is smaller than third-party options. So my comment was I'd much rather spend $70 more and get the DX9 version like I have already than $160 on the Siege one. And here's the thing. I'll pick this Siege figure up for $60 or $50 at Ross or Burlington Coat Factory. And if I can find an Ollie's, 40 at Ollie's, yeah, I'll be on top of 3 of these for 40 at Ollie's. But I have my own hang-ups on it. What I don't like about it, and I don't even have it in hand. Just from the pictures, I have hang-ups. And I'm not hating this thing. I just think for $160, no. It should have come out at $99.99. No electronics. I've got a whole slew of it. If you want a video about everything I hate about this thing, and the few things I like, I could do that. Next up in the Siege world, we have the Powerdashers. Here's the way I look at the Powerdashers and all this stuff that Hasbro's giving us from the Siege line that we haven't gotten before. We haven't seen these things before, and I am excited about this. And I'm also excited about any figure they give us that we haven't had before. So this Brunt would be a great figure to put with your Trypticon. It fits. It actually fits on his back, not intentionally. It just works. But the Brunt is pretty cool. So before I get into any Star Wars news, I've had some personal accusations this past week about videos I make that I don't even know what the accusations are. They're kind of like sidebar passive-aggressive accusations. But I'm taking it that people think I copy Bobby Skullface, which, first of all, that could be farthest from the truth. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Bobby Skullface. And what he's done for the community, what he does on his channel, he is a great dude. And he does so much. But I want to say that when he makes a video, and it inspires me because I disagree with it. I disagree with his points, where he stands on KO, where he stands on a few other things. We both love Star Wars. That's our main love. We both like or love Fans Toys because Fans Toys does good work. But in the end, we disagree on a lot of fundamental things. And if I make a video that sounds similar to his, if you watch my video for the content, you're going to find it is the complete opposite of what he's saying. And that's what the whole platform of YouTube is even here for. To voice your opinion. My comment section's there for you to voice your opinion. I started making videos, well, mostly because of my kids, but I wanted to voice my opinion. And I still do. And if he puts a video out tomorrow and I disagree with it, it might inspire me to make a video that counters it. TM Reviews did the exact same thing. I don't see anyone bashing Team Reviews for countering. He exactly countered and even mentioned Bobby. I don't mention Bobby in my videos, by the way, except for this one. By the way, if someone doesn't like what I'm doing, Sit Down Saturday is the best platform to talk about it. Hint, hint. So getting into some Star Wars news, I really want my viewers that actually care about Star Wars to not miss out on this. This is the 6-inch Boba Fett. It's a convention exclusive, And if you paid the $50 to get the premium, then you can buy 2 of these early. But I think there'll be enough stock September 10th, sometime during that day. These will come up for pre-order. If they come up, I'm buying 2 because I can if it lets me. I think this is awesome. The 6-inch Fett in the G1 paint scheme, I love it. I mean, Fett's one of the all-time greatest figures of Star Wars. So there's this Sith Trooper on Amazon Germany page, and it's just packaged different, but it looks cool. It looks like the same thing. And I want to also point out that it's interesting thing in the Halloween section. So I find it really ironic that we're going to get Halloween costumes for a Sith Trooper for little kids to go around and play, and they don't know the lore or any background behind it. And this isn't the first time. The Finn costumes came out before the first of the new sequel movies. And, you know, no kid knew what that was. And the Rey costumes. It's ironic that some kids are going to run around. My boys both wanted to be Phasma. Phasma's a girl. I mean, I don't really care. I bought them for them anyway. I'll let them do it because a shiny silver clone trooper is pretty awesome. But here we are again. This is turning out to be a Disney fad that you have costumes coming out for Halloween, and the kids really don't know the whole role, but it's cool looking nonetheless. Last thing I want to talk about some pictures we got of the Mandalorian, and I gotta say, I think this show is going to be awesome. I think this show is going to be epic. It's going to be what all of the original trilogy lovers have been wanting to watch for a long time. And here he is fighting off 2 of these guys. I don't know. They're crazy. And here's another pic in was fighting with some other person. But I'm excited about this show. It comes out, what, 2 more months? And then here's the Mandalorian versus this is another picture in here. I think that Boba Fett was one of the coolest characters, and I know a lot of people say this should have been the Boba Fett, but this is one of the offshoots, so you don't have to follow canon. They can do whatever they want, and they can give us whatever Easter eggs and surprises that they choose to. But anyway, let me know what you think about all this fun stuff and this crazy week of news. Like, subscribe, please chime in on my poll. Let me know what you think about the MP44. Goddamn hanger out.